my generation has lost it. We've lost the God standard of living, we've lost the God standard of marriage. And you got me thinking, how did we get here? Men are saying women does not bring anything to the table. If she's not financially stable, no marriage. Women are saying what do men bring to the table? We can exist on our own. From where to where? How did we get to this point? I pray the Holy Spirit directs my words. Note, this video is not particularly for any gender. I am talking to both gender, the male and the female. Furthermore into this conversation, I did like to read a verse of the Bible, Genesis 2 verse 18. This is God talking now, and it says, "But it is not good for a man to be alone. I would make him a helpmate." Emphasis on the word help. We'll come back to that. Now, for those of us saying men can exist on their own, women can exist on our own, that's not the God standard. We need ourselves to exist. Men need women, women need men. And that's the standard. All these, I can do it on my own. And that is God's standard of living. It should be that way. Now, this will lead me to some of the criteria I've seen my generation today has laid out that if I don't see this in a person, or if a person does not exhibit such characteristics, they don't consider that person a wife or a husband. I'll start with the men first, where they'll say things like, if a lady is not financially buoyant, she's not to be kept as a wife. From where to where? Do not get me wrong. I did like to read the verse of the Bible, Proverbs 19 verse 14, where the Bible specifically said, a good woman is a gift from God. The Bible did not say a financially stable woman. Note, I am not saying it's not good for a lady to be financially stable. I mean, as a lady, you should also work hard to make ends meet, because you are meeting a man to be a helpmate, not to be somebody that would stress him or add to his problems. You are meeting him to elevate him. So in order to be able to do that, you have to be financially stable. But now men making it like a must that a lady has to be financially stable in order to be called or considered a wife material. I think that's where we are all getting it wrong. Furthermore, Bible said in Proverbs, when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. Bible did not say when a man finds a financially stable woman. And now there's something I think we should note. There are levels to wealth. There are levels to this wealth thing. Wealth is not only financial money. There is riches of the brain. How does this person think? How does this person analyze things? As a matter of fact, I think this is where the female gender falls in. Bible said in the book of Proverbs, a wise woman builds her home, not a financially stable woman. And for a woman to be able to be a helpmate to a man, she has to be aligned mentally. Yes. So I feel like these are the things men should be looking out for. I feel these are the things men should look out for in order to pick life partners. Aside the whole financial stability and stuff, let's take it down the memory lane. During our mother's time, most of our mothers were still in their father's house, farming, doing all sort of things for the home, until these men come to their father's house to ask for their hand in marriage, get married to them, set them up to their standard. This is why our parents' marriages last. Most of us, our parents have been married for 25 years, 30 years, I'm counting. So, men, I feel we should retrace our footsteps back to the God standard of living, God standard of marriage, God standard of existing, as it's going to help a lot of us in our today world. And stop trying to follow this trend of this is what is going on now. No. And expecting a better result. It will not work like that. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Women who are financially buoyant, like extremely rich, they barely have respect for men. Go and check. It takes the grace of God, a woman that understands how God exists, a woman that loves God, to be submissive and calm when she's financially stable. So let's try and retrace our footsteps back to the God standard of existing, God standard of living, as is the best way to exist. Now let me bring it to my gender, women. I read a verse in the Bible, Genesis 2 verse 18, where God said, it is not good for a man to be alone. He would make them helpmates. Emphasis on helpmates. To be an helpmate to somebody, you have to be financially stable. Yes, if we see skills, you have to have sense. Because person when you get sense, no, they help person. Yes, you have to be stable mentally in order to be somebody's help. So I think as ladies, as we're advancing, we learn skills, we broaden our knowledge, we advance our thinking, we read books, we advance our finances. So when these men see us, they see potentials. And this will help us to trace our footsteps back to the God standard of living. Note, men, this does not stop you guys from providing for women. Men are automatic providers. And I so believe that if a man loves a woman, he's willing to provide. Whether she has her own money or she does not. That's what makes men men. So let's learn to retrace our footsteps back to the God standard of living. And I really hope this message does not pass a bad impression across. Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.